You're listening to Birds Coast to Coast. Here's your host, John Clark and Tanner Riddle.
Hey everyone, this is John and Tanner with Birds Coast to Coast coming at you with another episode. Finally here to talk about some actual American football to review because both of our favorite teams have played at least one football game. Not much has happened in those football games, but boy, we're going to talk about it. Tanner, how are you, Mr. Ice Cream Man?
What are you talking about? We had a lot going on in our game.
Oh, yeah, well, the Hall of Fame.
Did you not see the comparisons for Jeremiah Love?
Oh, so you're talking about yeah. Oh God, yeah. The I can see it when I can see how he spins. It's so similar to Adrian Peterson. It's like I don't see that at all.
Oh,
I mean, like Jeremiah Love looks great, but I don't see Adrian Peterson. I don't see that at all. I think they're totally different body types. But no, so yeah, we got the Hall of Fame game that was great between the Cardinals and Panthers. Great, ending to that. We kind of talked about it last week, but last week the Cardinals made an all-time dumb move and running their franchise running back 15 times. And now, Tanner, what would you like to tell the fans at home what kind of injury he sustained?
High ankle sprain.
Fantastic! In a year of developmental players and not many wins, we'd love to see that.
Yeah, I saw somebody try to get a comparison of like something similar this time of year. Was it Khalil Shakir that I saw, who he sustained a high ankle sprain on August 1st, and he ended up coming back on like August 25th-ish or so. So we're talking about, 3.5 weeks or so. And that's not necessarily like, oh, okay, I'm healthy. No, I mean, you have to get back in shape. You still got to do some things here and there. So as far as his week 1 availability, I think he's gonna be pushing it. We're gonna be waiting until Saturday. Like you wake up Sunday morning and you got that long like Adam Schefter list of actives and inactives.
Yep, you'll be looking.
Or even like Saturday. It depends. Sometimes it's Saturday night for me. I think that's when we're really going to have a good idea if he's actually going to play or not.
Yeah, they're going to make you sweat until right up that Sunday
kickoff. Because they're benching him for the rest of the preseason.
Oh, of course. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to be real, though. We talked about this a little bit, and if I recall, you said you didn't mind them getting that many carries in the preseason game. Now that
it was didn't he get like 14 total touches?
Does that not seem high? I feel like that's high.
It's definitely higher than I expected. A carry is different from a catch, in my opinion. I think there's something different about if you get a catch, you're typically like in the open field, maybe one-on-one situations. A carry, I mean, you're running between, 3,000 pounds. I just feel like so it's not necessarily 14, 15 carries. It's definitely on the higher end, but if you look at the injury that he actually got, like I think they were able to point to where he sustained it.
It was the hip drop, pretty much.
Yeah, it's one of the and I'm actually on the harsher end of the hip drop. Like I actually want to enforce penalties and whatever more than maybe most. I felt like that one was not as like obvious. It was just more unfortunate. But like. If you were like, hey, he should have only got 5 carries or 5 touches. Well, who's to say that same hip drop wouldn't have happened within the first 5 carries or 5 touches? So
true.
I just don't think they like ran him into the ground for 22 carries for 65 yards when it just clearly it's not working. And it's like, what are we doing here? I don't think that was the case.
I don't know. It feels like it was a lot. I mean, when you have a guy that's that talented and he's a Ferrari and like what you see him every day in camp. What's the purpose of giving him those carries? Like I don't understand, to be honest, why they would take any like you said, like what are the odds? Like it could happen on those 5 carries, but if you do it 5 carries, it's less of a chance for it to happen, right? So you keep running that play over and over again. You give him a chance to expose himself. Yeah, he's probably going to get hurt a little bit more of a frequent clip if you have him carry the ball more often. So no, I do think he could have got some carries in the game, and I don't think I would have erred on the caution of just not playing him. I think you can totally get everything in camp as much as, especially with joint practices and stuff.
So week 1, that's your first live action.
I would with him. Who cares? He's a running back. I think with running backs, that's fine. I mean, it's not. I don't know too much is going to change between training camp and week 1 action. I mean, I want everything that guy's going to give you to be counted. Not, especially when you have running backs whose shelf lives are already short. Like why would you waste that in a preseason game? I don't know. It felt a little silly. And of course, it's hindsight's 2020. I mean, if he doesn't get hurt, are we even having this conversation? Maybe, because I don't think not a lot of people knew he was hurt. Because I think the information that he got hurt kind of came out a couple days later. But I do still think like some people still were like, wait a second, why are they giving him this many carries like that next day? And then all of a sudden it's like, hey, those weird reports come out. It's like, yeah, Jeremiah is not practicing today, and then all of a sudden it turns into, yeah, he's going to miss a week or so. And then it goes into, well, we're hopeful he'll be back for week 1. It's not like decline of coach speak where you start getting a little nervous. Like, what do you mean week 1? It's like, it's a month away.
Tell me if there's some flaw in this logic. So in the draft process, when discussing how high a running back should go, typically the argument against going high with a running back is they're not going to be meaningful carries. Because if you're got a top 10 pick, you're probably on a good team. So when is a fair expectation to have meaningful carries? Like year 3? And so how much wear and tear do you already have on a running back by year 3? That's kind of a huge investment into a position that, is going to get banged up. But if we are that team, we had the 3rd overall pick and we earned it. I mean, I don't think we're really like playoff contenders until, at least 2027. We'd have to have a pretty good draft class this year and then probably a good free agency and off season next year to consider the playoffs for 27. So more realistically, it's 2028. Hey, that's the year we're going for it. So if that's the case, you got 2 years to kind of play with. You're not really risking too much. Hypothetically, if he went to a team like the Kansas City Chiefs, as long as you got Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, and even Travis Kelce, you're always going to feel like you have a chance. Would you actually be more hesitant to play him too much because you plan on playing in January and maybe even February?
Yeah, I mean...
You see what I'm saying? Like, we don't expect to play in January. Our season's going to end, well, I guess technically the first week of January.
I mean, yeah, for the Chiefs, if they drafted him, I mean, you would expect him to be, kind of held for the regular season because he would be way valuable to that team because their Super Bowl window's open. Like you said, you kind of have 2 years to kind of play with. So I guess in that regard, an injury here or there doesn't matter too much, but the decision is still the decision. And
well, I'm actually saying that the injury doesn't really matter as much for us because we're not playing meaningful football.
I hear what you're saying. It's almost like these whole first 2 years are preseason games.
Like, what are we really protecting him from? Not playing in the playoffs?
Well, I mean, we want the guy to do well. I don't know. I mean, we don't want to just like ruin his NFL career.
No, I mean, and I'm not suggesting we give him 400 touches. That would be completely reckless. I mean, I'm okay with using Tyler Algier, in certain situations from a Cardinals perspective. From a fantasy perspective, that's a different conversation.
Yeah,
but from a Cardinals fan perspective, the offense, you take Jeremiah Love 3rd overall when you don't have a quarterback because he is supposed to be the offense. Everything runs through him. So, like, to put too much of like a bubble wrap around him and like limit his touches to 13 to 15 touches a game, what do we do? Why did we take him 3rd overall if we're going to bubble wrap him that much? I mean, we don't have a quarterback, and we're that invested in him.
It gives the CJ Spiller pick from the Bills from all those years ago. Remember when they took him like really high and they like barely used him his rookie year? He was like a change of pace back for Fred Jackson.
I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah, I think he had like 100.
Well, don't get too excited. That's not happening.
I think he had like
Fred Jackson and Tyler Algier are not the same.
Yeah,
nice try.
Algier's better, but I don't know. Okay, but yeah. So The Cardinals game went well. Other than that, I saw Marvin Harrison Jr. had a touchdown. Pretty cool to see.
He
him
did
get
on the
end
first
zone.
drive. He got him on a crosser route, which
All
I
that.
was able to show off some speed.
Yep,
Just
that was good to see.
yeah,
Yeah,
and it was a good throw by Jacoby Brissett too. He had some pressure, and there wasn't really that much separation from Marv. And good throw, good catch.
Ashton Genty played. Fernando Mendoza, pretty prospect laden game. You have the first overall pick, Fernando Mendoza, getting his first touchdown pass to my boy Jack Betch. He also had a couple of good third down completions. He looked good. He looked spry. Kirk Cousins also looked pretty decent too, if I recall. He wasn't too bad, but Mendoza definitely kind of stole the show for the Raiders. It's that whole he's gonna sit, and all of a sudden he has one preseason game, and all of a sudden it's like he might push for that starting job week 1. It happens every year. It's that you go in thinking you could sit him, but the tides turn.
Tom Brady's been pretty vocal about his thoughts on quarterback sitting. I mean, look at his situation. He sat and he got a lot of experience in college. He really wasn't even supposed to play when he did, right? He was forced into the role. When push comes to shove, though, it's easy to say, but when you're 1-6, 1-7, offense is averaging 17 points a game. The fans are kind of just like meh. Maybe 30% occupancy, and you have a first overall pick, Heisman-winning national champion quarterback on the bench, and you're playing the 38-year-old.
Tough sell.
Good luck having the discipline to not play him.
Absolutely. Yeah, the Raiders were a fun team. Look, they're one of our Birds Coast to Coast fun teams to watch this year. So, I'm really excited to see that young team kind of grow. Genty looked strong. Mike Washington Jr. looked really fast.
He did.
That guy was like built in a lab. Very shocked he fell to like the 4th or 5th round. Let's see. Can
I say one thing before I take all the credit away from the Raiders? Is that
it was the Cardinals defense. Go ahead.
We should be very bad on defense. I don't expect much.
Well, that wasn't even your starters too. That was like the backups. So what does that say? Bad defenses, backups. Could you? That sounds terrible.
It's gonna be close to the 2023 Cardinals defense. I thought they were gonna be. I remember going into that season, the first year under Jonathan Gannon. I was like, "There's no talent here." Any success is going to probably be attributed to like effort. They were actually a little bit, they gave a lot more effort, I guess, than I was going to give them credit for, because they weren't as bad as I thought they were going to be historically bad that year. I'm getting the same vibes though.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's just.
What about Walter Nolan? What about Will Johnson? That's 2 players.
I am big on Big Walt. I love me some Walter Nolan. He pops off on film, but there's only so much.
What about Josh
one guy can do?
Josh Sweat checked out?
So he's got an injury, and I don't know if he's just kind of yeah. He seems like a prime trade deadline candidate.
Yeah, he does.
There's going to be a team that's 7-2 at the trade deadline.
Maybe a 3rd round pick.
Okay.
No. Come on.
Why not a first?
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Yep. Yeah,
he's
that good. Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty good. He should have won Super Bowl MVP, and we got him for under. You're going to get him at a good deal too. He's going to get a very favorable contract, and that's part of the equation here.
Yeah,
and he's likely going to a title contender, so you would expect mid to late 20s, 30s pick. I'm telling you, the team I've picked out. I'm looking at the Bears having a sweat edge rush combo.
Sweat squared. Yeah, I love
but
that.
when you got a cheap quarterback, you got a young team. Let's just say, I think the Bears are gonna be pretty good this year. Does that not feel like a team that would make a move at the deadline?
Oh, it does. Yeah.
And they didn't do anything in the offseason. other than draft Dylan Tiedemann at safety, but
Yeah,
that's
they were
not
pretty
really
quiet in
doing
the draft.
anything.
Yeah.
Like the offense should be pretty fine, but what they didn't do anything on defense. That was a little disappointing if you're rooting for them. That's the team that I'm targeting at the deadline, assuming that they're actually decent.
Yeah, I saw Luther Burden had a groin injury, and in the long list of exciting players who just have spontaneously combusted in training camp this preseason, it seems like everyone's getting hurt.
The
Today,
all injury team could probably win the Super Bowl if you look
I mean,
at
just in the
it.
past few days, and I'm not even counting like Jordan Tyson, my boy. You know, he's going to be out until like Halloween. I feel like, unfortunately, with 8 weeks of hamstring nightmares.
Can you actually help me with this? So when they say 2 months, that means from today, right? So if we got like a month ish,
Yeah.
So we're talking about a month of regular season.
Well, that's why they said about 2 months from today. So it'll be about, like, theoretically it should be for Jordan. For those who don't know, Jordan Tyson, the first round pick, often injured player from ASU, and my first round draft pick in Dynasty. He got pushed to the ground one day at camp. He got up, talked to a trainer, jogged off the field. Initial reports said that they didn't think it was super serious, and then a couple days later there were reports that they were seeking a second opinion, and all of a sudden here comes a report, the announcement from Kellen Moore saying that it is a unrelated hamstring injury from his previous injuries. He said that any player in that situation probably would have developed the same injury because it was a force acted upon him and not like a non-contact like coming up flame. Which it was. It looks like he was like awkwardly shoved to the ground, like at the sideline. Got up, and again he jogged off the field. I thought he looked fine, just from his jog. I didn't notice any like immediate limp, so I was actually not too concerned about it. But it turns out he does have, I'm guessing, a grade 2, the 4 to 8 week injury, and they said he will be missing up to 2 months. So since we are about a month away from the season, that means he'll probably be missing about a month of the regular season. On top of that, they have some interesting scheduling issues when he should be coming back. They played like week 5 is at MetLife, the Giants game.
Don't come back then.
And then I think they play at London the next week, and then
you don't want to travel with that. Jeez.
And then a bye. So
there's an extra 3 weeks. Okay, that sucks.
so like, even though I want my guy to come back early, honestly, for the safety of his long-term career, do not put him on MetLife. Like, I want him to play. I really am excited to see him play. I think he's a great receiver. Honestly, Chris Olave just got hurt too today, by the way, and Alvin Kamara sprained his MCL.
I saw Alvin Kamara.
Our Saints are falling. Our Saints are just now. Shuck apparently is still looking great.
They are not marching in,
but Shuck's looking great still. But everyone's getting hurt around him, so not looking too forward to that start of the season. But let's move on to the other birds that we cover. The Eagles. Much has been made ado. First, I'll cover the first preseason game, and then there's been some huge news today regarding the longtime public enemy number 1, AJ Brown, Arthur Juan. So we played our first preseason game against the Juggernaut Ravens, the team that never loses in the preseason. It's a bit that's carried on for quite some time, and they take their preseason games very seriously, even though the records don't count. We came out and we looked horrible in offense. There's no way to put it other than that. We didn't play any of the starters. We've had a long history of not playing the starters in the Sirianni era, like not at all. So it was the backups. It was Tanner McKee, Andy Dalton. I think there was 2 people who see starting action who played a little bit. It was Jahad Campbell, who got a couple snaps, and I think a lineman got in. I think maybe Tyler Steen played a little bit. I don't know. I don't quote me on that. I don't even know if he got in. The whole offensive line may not even gotten in.
What's the short lineman that was standing next to?
Didn't
he play?
So that guy, his name, he actually has a fun backstory. He was a guy. He's a guy. His name is Willie Lampkin. Fun name, Willie Lampkin, and he's got the nickname Fast Willie Lampkin because remember Fast Willie Parker. He was a highly graded offensive lineman. He came out of UNC, so get your yucks out now. Or did he go to NC State? I forget. I think he's from North Carolina, like one of the schools from here. Not familiar with which one. but he went to the LA Rams and he was drafted by the Rams and he had a really good preseason, but for some reason he was put on the practice squad during the season, and the Eagles ended up signing him off their practice squad in the middle of the season. So he didn't really get any time because it was a middle of year practice squad signee, but it was a draft pick from the Rams. So like, it was like a 5th rounder,
Interesting.
6th rounder. And apparently last year in the preseason for the Rams, he was like the highest graded offensive lineman. Like, he graded well for PFF. Like, he was like lighting it up. Problem is, like you said, extremely undersized, like comically undersized. He's 5'10". I'm 5'10". So like, and I'm thinking to myself, like, I'm not going up against defensive tackles in the NFL, and he's a center. He's going up against the biggest dudes in the league. So he kind of had a viral clip of him just like basically blocking to the whistle, and it looked really good. Like a good meat and potatoes football guy play. He just
That's what
kept
I saw.
blocking. Yeah, he kept blocking that Ravens player all the way to the ground. It looked good. And he's kind of got like a little tiny cult following. Like, a lot of people kind of want to see him get in the game more.
Of course.
But no, I mean, I hope he makes an impact.
He doesn't have any chances to start, right?
Jerkins has been. I mean,
okay, that's what I was
mean,
wondering.
he's good, but I don't know. I mean, he gets hurt often. If he can play his way into a backup role, he's got 2 huge guards like next to him, so maybe they can kind of hide him. You know what I mean? But like, I don't know. I like Willie Lampkin. He's a good story. Again, other than that, again, I can't stress enough, the offense looked terrible. It was big for this game because not just the offense. Offensive players being sat, but we want to see the scheme. This is Sean Mannion's scheme. It's like the Shanahan, McVay, that scheme that's been run by every team in the league at this point. Well, we got our guy who runs it, and we want to see what it looked like. Players did not look ready, man. Look, I've heard he's had a great camp. I've heard that Mannion's had a great camp, and things have been running very smoothly. He's been very vocal. Players seem to be buying in. But it just didn't show itself last night or a couple nights ago against Baltimore. Like, they just looked out of sync. There was penalties. It just didn't look like it was right. It even got to the point to where in the late 4th quarter, they had 70 yards of offense and 2 first downs. Horrible offense. I mean, Tanner McKee looked lost. Andy Dalton looked lost. Tanner McKee might not be the backup, by the way. This is like a weird development. Like, Tanner McKee's standing in the Eagles organization is kind of like taking a hit. A lot of people are wondering why he's like not getting 2nd team reps. He's getting 3rd team reps behind Andy Dalton now. Like, it's weird.
That's right,
like,
behind Andy Dalton. I was going to say it's not Cole Payton, right?
No, Cole Payton's behind him, and Cole Payton was the one who actually got in the game in the 4th quarter and played a little bit of, I guess, North Dakota ball, ran around a little bit and threw a touchdown pass with his left-handed throwing arm. It was kind of cool to see. I mean, he's looked good apparently in camp, not like amazing, but just decent, kind of exciting, almost like a taste.
He wears number 10, right?
Yeah.
He's gonna have to change that.
Yeah, very exciting. I don't know. Not really much to say about that preseason game. Am I worried? Not really. I mean, it's the first game of a new offensive coordinator with a new offensive system. I'm okay. And it was backup, so who knows how the starters would have like comprehended the offense or whatever. But I don't know. Wasn't too concerned, especially with no starters playing. However, we have known about this day today for a while. Even before A.J. Brown was traded, the Eagles announced that they would be holding joint practices with New England in Foxborough this year.
We've done this a couple years for, right? Like, this isn't the first time.
This isn't the first time we've done this with them.
Right.
But this is the first time we've done this with them while A.J. Brown is a Patriot. So there are some quotes. We saw a lot. There's a lot of action happen today. The offense went against the defense. AJ went against Quinyon and Coop, and it was open in front of the public too. So it was in Foxborough. So there's a lot of reporters there. And as always, our guy ESP, he likes to do a verdict on if the team wins or loses these joint practices. Before going into this, the Eagles were 10-3 again in joint practices. Like, he deemed them to be a 10-3 team. Today,
well, before you announce it. Oh, wrong one.
The Eagles have lost today.
Oh
So
no!
he said he from per ESP, he said that they lost, but not in the way that they expected. We ran the ball well, all right. So good, in fact, that he thinks that like we definitely would have had a very, very successful day on the ground and may have just changed the whole day if we were able to run that ball like legitimately. The clock changes. The defense could probably stay off the field a little bit longer, but in a practice setting, that's not really the case. But the offensive line didn't look great. Jalen threw 3 picks, the most in any practice he's ever thrown. 2 of those weren't his fault per ESP. One of them was a miscommunication that was clearly on Britton Covey. The second one was a bounce pass right off of the hands of Dontavian Wicks. So, and a Patriots defender had to dive to catch it after it bounced off his hands. The other one was, Jalen's fault, but 3 picks is never good. The offense never really jived well offensively when it comes to the passing game. Again, a little bit concerning considering the new offense. The defense, though, was the problem. They apparently were not doing a good job stopping Drake May or AJ Brown or any of the receivers. Quinyon and AJ, had their back and forth. Quinyon, knocked a couple passes away, but AJ apparently had like 6 or 7 catches or so, and had about as good of a practice as you'd expect, considering how tough the defense is naturally. So he had a good day. So it's a loss. I don't know what to say on that. But what happened was interesting after the practice was he got buffeted with questions by reporters. A lot of them, put plain and simple, asked him about what happened last year in Philly. Why did he leave? Why did he want out? All the questions we've been wanting to hear. And what did he say? What do you think he said? What do you think he said? Did you think he told us anything? Do you think he would have?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
He didn't. He
Oh.
basically avoided the question. He was very
Boo.
yeah, boo. I would play the
Now
audio.
he wants to be quiet.
I would try to play the audio, but it really didn't come through last time, so I'll just kind of paraphrase. The first question was, what led you to want to be traded to New England? And he basically just said,
good question.
"Yeah, I know,
Good question.
great first question."
Who's asking these questions?
Just Philly reporters.
Filler? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, a couple of different ones.
I didn't know if it would be, but like it's kind of Philly reporters asking Patriot players questions.
I mean, it's joint practice, so these reporters have access to both players. So
joint reporters then.
Yeah. I mean, they're there.
It's like a joint practice for everybody.
It is. No, it is really.
That's actually pretty cool. I love that.
Yeah, a lot of the Eagles reporters were in Foxborough to cover the practice. But his response basically just said, "My feet are here now. I want to talk about what I'm doing now in this season." Basically, not giving them anything. I am here. I don't want to talk about the past. I'm moving forward. The next question basically related to, have you talked to Jalen Hurts, since the thing? And he said no.
Good question.
He said no. He said if you
surprised?
saw him, they said, "Oh, do you plan on?" No. They also asked, "Do you plan on talking to him at some point while he's here?"
I'm gonna say he said. I'm gonna guess he said, "Wait, this year?" Or just
while they're at joint, if they see each other, do you plan on finding him and talking to him, or it's they're in town.
I'm gonna say he says no.
He gave the whole, I don't know, man. We'll see. I mean, if our paths cross, I mean, I guess I'll talk to him.
It happened. If our paths cross, that means
he did the whole if our paths cross type of thing. If we see each other, sure, that type of thing. Yeah. He's not seeking him out. And then the last guy, it's so funny. They WIP, his name is Dave Uram. They call him the Bulldog.
Oh, good name, good nickname.
And he kind of held AJ's feet to the fire and said, "Look, I know you don't want to talk about last year, but a lot of fans are upset about how last year ended, particularly the playoff game." And AJ kind of chimed in the middle of that sentence and said, "Hey, stay positive, keep it positive," And he's like, "Well," and he keeps going. He's like, "What do you have to say to Philly fans who felt unsatisfied with how the season ended and how you left the town?" And he goes, I love Philly. I always love the fans. Basically, give that stupid TO type answer. I love Philly. I love the fans. It's all love. I won a Super Bowl there, but
Didn't
I
you have
want.
a big charity thing there?
I don't know. But no,
I thought he did something for kids in Philly right before he got
I'm sure
traded.
everyone, every damn athletes do something for kids in Philly. They all got so much money. They're doing something.
Tax
But no,
breaks.
yeah, tax breaks. So yeah, I mean, he's obviously not going to give us any information about why they traded him. It's not. And I was listening. I felt it was so interesting. I was like, Ike Reese had a good point. He was like, when a receiver wants to be traded or any player, it's like either you're not paying me enough, you're not giving me the numbers I want, or we're not winning. Right? Like, so like are those three pretty solid, three good pillars of why someone leaves? Money, like playing time / stats, or winning, right? That's it, right? Well, 2 years ago, we gave him a contract extension. Big one. I think he was like one of the highest paid receivers in the league 2 years ago. We gave him the extension he wanted right before Saquon came. All right.
It was right before the draft, actually.
Yes, I remember that night. It happened. Okay. So can't be money. We're paying him. We paid him twice, gave him 2 contracts. Okay. Second.
Can I add something to the stats playing time? I would add one more thing, and I would just say role. Not just playing time, but role is slightly different.
Targets. Yeah. I was going to say targets. Yeah. We made him the most targeted player on the team last year. Again, set records for our team in terms of like franchise. He is currently has the number 2 and 1 best seasons in terms of franchise yards in Eagles history. Okay. Like he has records. He has production. We didn't go away from him. Again, I've said it a million times. Has set the NFL record for most consecutive games of 150 yards. That was 2023. Like that was not, it wasn't his great year of 22. It was 2023.
Over 2 full years ago.
Yeah. Well, he was hurt in 20. Well, I mean, yeah, you want to see, he did fine the last 2 years. I think he was like, okay. We gave him.
Yeah, but you're referencing a record he broke, in terms of like production and targets from 2 years ago. Lots changed.
I think
the offense ran through him that year, right?
Mm-hmm. But what ended up happening was last year was the offense wasn't running through him. It was mostly geared towards Devontae. Through 7 weeks, Devontae was the 3rd highest receiver in the league in yards. 3rd. That was insane. He had the 3rd highest yards through 7 weeks.
It was that Vikings game, if I remember.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then what happened? AJ starts tweeting, "You're not using me, but using me. You're using me, but you're not using me." And now all of a sudden, AJ gets force-fed the ball. AJ. And then he gets to 1,000 yards too. And so does Devontae, just barely. So maybe his role as a receiver in last year wasn't what he wanted. Maybe he felt threatened by Devontae a little bit. Because let's be honest, Devontae's body type seems like the type of receiver that'll hold up better, longer throughout their career. I mean,
Devontae seems like the guy that would hold up better.
He's
a toothpick.
No, see, I think there's flexibility in that body and quick twitch that doesn't die, whereas big bulky receivers tend to, I don't know, not last as long in the NFL, or I guess they don't age as gracefully as like I guess flexible route runner type receivers do. That's how at least that's how I see it. Like I feel like you can live like how long did Robert Woods play? Remember Robert Woods?
Yeah, but he had a good long career. He actually retired like a year or so ago.
But that's what I'm saying. Like he was
and
like
you're trying to say that's the model.
Yes, that's the Devontae. Like, they just hold up better because they're just, more slender, flexible, but those big, bulky, twitchy meathead receivers, they're just more susceptible to, I don't know, hamstrings, knees, a lot of torque on them legs when you have muscles that big. You know what I mean?
What's interesting is I don't think you're necessarily wrong because AJ wins through physicality. And that doesn't necessarily suggest, hey, that's a 12, 15-year career. But it is it's a take to say, oh, I think Devontae Smith is the one built for the long term. What did we again, we weren't as concerned when he was drafted. But he would have been a top 3 pick had he been 195 pounds, not 170.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the whole concern with him was, can he sustain? He's so thin. He's got good height.
I
He's
just
got the
think that
production. He
no,
did it in the
see,
SEC. He won a Heisman as a receiver. That doesn't happen often. Like, he had everything. I felt like the one concern we had with him was that he was 160 pounds.
see, I thought that was a bad take back then.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. We did not agree with it, but that was the mainstream take.
Yeah.
He wasn't the first receiver taken.
No, he wasn't. I mean,
He was the third, actually, was he not?
He was Waddle. He was Jamar. It was Jamar.
Waddle went ahead of him, and it's because he had elite speed.
Pitts too, if you want to count him as like a pass catcher, and then Devontae.
I think that's actually fair. If you want to say that he was the fourth pass catcher, I think that's fair.
Yeah, I mean,
if you want to tell me like, hey, he should model his game after Robert Woods, then be like, then yeah, like I could see that. Was Robert Woods though ever a wide receiver 1?
Well, no, but I'm just using him as an example of like a guy who's a route runner and has longevity. I mean, you can see lots of guys with longevity, like a Stephon Diggs. He's been around for a while. He's Mr. Route Runner, and he's still playing. He's going to be wide receiver 2 for the Commanders.
Is it okay? So these other guys have slim builds as well, but Devontae's like 6'1". Yeah, okay. There are skinny guys in the NFL, but because Kevin Durant is like almost 7 feet tall, if not 7 feet tall, he just looks like extra skinny. It's because he is so tall. But there are other guys who are like his equal weight. Devontae Smith he's an outlier when it comes to his frame. He's got like probably a 80th percentile height, but then like second percentile weight. Like there's a huge gap here. Mm-hmm. I don't know if the gap's as big as with the Robert Woods and Stephon Diggs. They're probably more proportionate in that sense, but they are like slimmer builds. But tell me if I'm wrong. Has Devontae really like missed a lot of time? He was drafted in 20. No,
he's been one of the more healthy receivers on our team. He's been way healthier than AJ.
He was drafted in 21.
Yeah.
So he's played 5 seasons.
Yeah, I can't think of a time he's.
I'm not. I mean, you would know better than me, but like, I can't. No, off the top of my head think like, oh, remember when he missed 8 weeks that year?
Nope, I can't think of a single time where he missed an extended period of time. And he gets blasted.
He's an interesting dude.
He'll get popped. I mean, like he doesn't shy away from contact. Let's just put it that way. Like he does get.
He's
dirty.
An interesting dude because he looks like a guy who would just snap in half. But he won a Heisman at Alabama. Alabama's had some really good receivers. Only one of them has won a Heisman. And he did it, obviously, if you're doing it at Alabama, you're doing it in the SEC. He did it with the best of the best.
Against
and yet we doubted him.
It's crazy.
And he had a good rookie year. He set the team record, I believe, even though he got an extra game. But, like, he set the team rookie record for receiving yards that year. And then he was immediately... not replaced, but we inserted AJ Brown instantly. Mm-hmm. And so he never really got like that real chance of I'm coming in here as the wide receiver. Because even as a rookie, you're going to have some speed. Even like Marvin Harrison Jr., like, it's going to probably take a second.
Yeah, like you could be the one, like you're technically the best receiver on the team, but no one's really expecting that of like a rookie.
Right. So like he just really never had that chance to walk in as the man.
Like, I'm the guy. Like I'm the guy. And this is this year. I'm really excited. I'm really excited.
I am too.
With it. Yeah, I mean, this hamstring injury he's had for 3 weeks is concerning. Dude, this is like the year of hamstrings. And Mekhi Lemon's got it too. He's been out for a while. It's like contagious. I'm getting real tired of these hamstring injuries, man. Really need them.
I don't want to be this like old man thing, but did we have this many hamstrings like 10, 20, 30 years ago?
Dude, we didn't have this many hamstrings last year. I do think that, like, I don't know, with technology these athletes being just so strong and they're exerting so much force, I do think that's where it's almost like the NFL equivalent of like Tommy John. If you think about it, like these pitchers now in baseball throw so hard and generate so much torque and spin and rotation in these joints that like you're just gonna get more ligament damage because the body's not meant to bend that way and at that force. but the NFL players are so well defined and muscular and just peak body condition. But are these muscles of the human body designed to withstand that much force and impact? You know what I mean? So like it's the same
That's
idea.
kind of my theory, especially with the Jordan Tyson. There was a rep he had about a month or so ago in practice where, I mean, he got off the line and like it just
Oh, he looked like great. He looked like Superman.
and or like Gumby. And it's like, wow, like it's amazing the separation that he created off the line for a guy like he's not a small guy either. Like he's a good sized dude. And then someone actually comment because it was supposed to be like a praise tweet, and yet someone's like, I actually look at this and be like, this body ain't survive. Like the body's not meant to do this. As impressive as it is that you can do it, it's not meant to do this. And so this is, he's like, I actually look at this and I'm super concerned about it. And man, I wish this was a video game where you could just turn off injuries in the settings. Because I
gonna
think he
play a
is
football
so.
game. The guy's
I
gonna play a
know, but
football
like,
game. He'll be playing. It's not like you're never gonna see him.
if you could truly turn off injuries, I think he would have been the second overall pick
I
this year.
swear to God, people are
Fernando
acting like this
Mendoza.
guy got shot and killed.
Dude,
He's fine.
I'm a Sun Devil. He's a Sun Devil. I know his injury history. Guys don't get healthier.
Sure they
And
do.
who?
Look at Jordan Hicks.
Yeah, but he got worse. That's a player. So it came at a cost.
Look
And
at
he
Odell
was
Beckham.
Thanos.
Odell Beckham missed the first 4 weeks of his rookie season with a hamstring. One rookie of the year that year.
Yeah, but like, did he have like a history of injuries from college? I don't remember.
I don't know. This ain't the Jordan Tyson pod, sadly. This is the Eagles Cardinals pod. But other than that, the Eagles, they play. I think they play the Patriots sometime this weekend, but honestly, the starters aren't going to play. So that is that.
Well, and I'm not sure what it looks like from the Cardinals' perspective either. Our first 4 picks, they're all hurt. Like, what do we do? I think in order to like avoid getting hurt, I think we just should stop playing football. That's the only way to see, to protect these guys to play football is they never play football ever again.
Just get rid of the training camps. Let them start week 1 tomorrow or Sunday. Just let it start. Let the games begin. Who cares, man? Let them roll. I don't care. I just want. Again, this is my least favorite time of the year. I hate checking Twitter because there's no good news. It's never good news. Oh, it's never good news anyway on Twitter. But for football season, it's doubly bad news. Because all you're getting is, like, yeah, you might get some cool, like, oh, look at Parker Washington. He's on your fantasy team. He made a cool catch. But then it's like, oh, Kyle Monunga, he hyperextended his knee. We don't know how long he's going to be out. It's like, oh, great. It's like, I don't want that on a random day. Like, come on, man. Just get us to September, please. I am so sick and tired of refreshing and just hoping no one gets hurt. Like, my goodness, I am tired of this. So tired of this.
Green Day should come out with a song and call it "Wake Me Up When August Ends" because we need to get to September.
Seriously. Oh, I do want to show off a little something for the folks who can see us. I was at a convention this weekend.
What kind of convention?
It was technically a trading card convention. They have taken Triangle Town Center in Raleigh and taken one of the, I believe, like the Belk. There's like department stores are make up like the largest part of the malls. Usually, like it's like the whole end caps is just the big department stores and stuff. Usually see like Macy's or Belk or something like that. Usually at the ends of the mall. Well, that one went out of business, or one of them did. So they took all of the space and turned it into a venue area for like conventions who want to come and set up things for the weekend. And this weekend was like a Pokemon / Magic the Gathering / sports card convention. emphasis on the Pokemon. It was way Pokemon down. But this convention also had a like a secondary feature of they were featuring old retro video games. So that was really cool to see a bunch of old video games being sold and stuff like that. Which, by the way, the old video game market is ridiculous. Like, you want an old video game, get ready to spend at least $100. It's stupid. But anyway, I found a sports memorabilia store, and they had these cool figures. And the guy was like, "These figures are going for $40 online. I'll give you this one for $20." And I was like, "Okay, all right." And I walked away thinking I just got freaking scammed. But I was able to land a Saquon Barkley figure, Kelly Green, for $20.
That's cool.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, he's in the Kelly Green.
Oh yeah, you can see there. It's like Saquon. He's got the two hands on the ball. It's pretty well, designed. And the back.
I was when you said like, "Oh, I got it for 20," and the guy said 40. I was like,
I was getting nervous.
Why would he sell it? Why is he selling it to you for that?
Exactly.
That's pretty cool. I don't think you got scammed.
I went home because there was no service in the mall. I went home and double checked. I was like, all right, let's see if I got ripped off. And it was, sure enough, they're all $40. They're all $40. And I was like, wow, I got a good deal. One time you get a good deal, right? But no, I'm excited. I want to put that on my desk at school. Like, that's going to be a cool little thing to have. And I don't know, really excited to have that. Really, really fun stuff. Tanner, who you guys play this week in preseason, or does it even matter?
America's team.
Ooh, Cowboys.
No, the Eagles. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, we play the Cowboys. They come to town.
I got a question for you about Marvin Harrison Jr. Was that catch emblematic of some of the successes he's had in training camp? Do you think he's turned a corner, or is that just like a catch?
I think Marv's issues are 102% mental. I don't think it's physical at all. I think he's as talented as any receiver can be. I mean, he's been the best player on the field probably most of his life, if not all of it. And yet, where he struggles, it's the consistencies, it's the drops, it's the mental errors. Like, he had that stretch, like a couple of days of practice in a row, where it felt like he was probably catching 70% of his pass, and that's really bad. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, that's really bad. And so I was just like, oh no, like this guy, I mean, he's broken. And, but then he put together a couple practices and had some like nice sideline catches. And I'm like, there we go. So your question about, do you think that touchdown catch is emblematic of, what could be, I guess. I think so. I can't wait to see exactly how Mike LaFleur, like what the offense truly looks like, full systems go.
Yeah.
It sounds like Marv might play more of the Devontae Adams role.
Ooh.
And then Michael Wilson plays the Puka role. Kind of excited to see what exactly that looks like, because Puka seems to be the volume guy in the Rams offense. And then Devontae is the touchdown guy in the red zone.
I'll take that.
Devontae,
I'll take that.
I mean, did he not lead the league in touchdown catches last year?
Stafford was the 1 yard touchdown merchant.
The one thing I will say is the Rams. I mean, who am I to criticize the Rams? But the Rams didn't have a Trey McBride, so that's a little different.
They just have 4 first-round tight ends they've been drafting.
Right.
Who do you want?
So, and hey, like, is 900? If Marv gets 11, 12 touchdowns, but only at like 900 yards, I mean, what are we?
I'm taking that.
What are we thinking of that? Like, from a fantasy perspective, does that make him a top 15? No. I got to do the math. I don't quite know where that puts him.
I know, dude. I think 12 touchdowns are very valuable in fantasy. I think that'd be
even if it comes at just 900 yards.
I think so. I think 12 touchdowns are huge. I think that'd be at least wide receiver 2 in top 24.
Okay.
Oh, I think so.
What about from a fan perspective? What about, like, say, my perspective, where I think
if you see a receiver catch 12 touchdowns, you're going to be pretty excited.
So at the end of his rookie year, he got 8. That's pretty good for a rookie. I mean,
and I felt pretty good about him.
Yeah, like he only got it on like 800 yards, but I was like, Yeah, that's because the offense doesn't know how to use them. Like, he got 5 targets a game. I'm focusing more on the touch. I'm not worried about the yards because you can only get so many yards on that many targets. The fact that you're getting like 8 touchdowns as a rookie, that's pretty good. And it didn't really feel like we were able to build off that sense. So it kind of like 12 touchdowns, 900 yards, kind of has that same feel from his rookie year. And you probably would want more than that, but I'm still hopeful. We'll see. The offense should run through Jeremiah Love. So I don't know if he's getting the same volume that the receivers got last year. I mean, we passed it 50 times a game. Like, we're not. I don't think we're doing that this year. Even as bad as I think we'll be, I don't think we'll have that kind of volume. So
Yeah.
I hope we see him move around though, and we get him comfortable and design stuff for him because he deserves it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I mean, guys, I'm gonna be honest. That's pretty much it. I mean, for this, I mean, Tanner, I don't know if there's too much more we can cover, so we can jump right into these extra points if you want to.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Oh wait, let's go. There we go.
The extra point.
All right, Tanner, do you got one?
I do. So I try to do some meal prepping for work, for lunches for the week. Cheaper, maybe it's even healthier, so I don't go to like fast food or anything. This week I didn't find the time to do it. So I went in my freezer and I saw that I had bought a box of Uncrustables. And so it just had me thinking. Well, my first question is, do you like Uncrustables?
I do. They actually, I owe Crustables a lot because they got me through my first year of teaching. As a guy who was single and didn't really know how to pack lunch well, it was very convenient just to throw one of those frozen suckers in the bag and just let it defrost by lunchtime, and then you just eat
And it defrosts quick, actually. You could probably leave it in the freezer.
And, like they're good, like consumable. If you're nervous, you don't really have to think about it too much. Just so I really do like a Crustable. I haven't had them in forever, but I do.
Good,
like
because I know you're going to have an opinion on the second question.
Okay.
What flavor?
Oh,
Grape, strawberry.
I really only think I've only had grape. I don't have any issue with it. I just really like the grape, and I never deviated.
So if you were at home and you made a PB&J, do you have any like jelly at home?
I do. It's strawberry right now, but that's just because I had grape for so long. I wanted to try something different, but I mean, I like grape mostly.
Wow, that's actually interesting. I heard somebody else say that they grew up on jelly, that they just switched to strawberry. That's funny.
Yeah. I don't know. I love peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I think they're amazing. I really think they're. I think they're underrated somehow. I think they're even an underrated snack, and I think they're so iconic, but they're still underrated even if they're that iconic. That's how impressed I am with that combo. It's like Shaq and Kobe.
But we've referred to Shaq's and Kobe's as peanut butter and jelly, right? Did Uncrustable kind of like perfect it because they took the crust out?
Well, for babies, I don't mind crust. So
wow.
I don't mind crust. So, but I guess if you just want to make the most easily consumable product, Uncrustable has perfected it.
So is like a homemade PB&J better than an Uncrustable?
I would think so. You get to figure out how much peanut butter you want. Sometimes the ratios to peanut butter to jelly.
That surprises me with you. I wouldn't have pegged you as a crust guy. I understand liking crust on pizza if it's like good pizza.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I've heard the best part of the bread is the crust.
I don't love it, but I mean, I'm not over here ew, cut it off. I mean, I think there's a difference there. I mean, I'll eat it. I'm not yay crust on bread, but I'm also not.
So if I gave you the option, like a crustable or an uncrustable, what are you picking?
Well, I'll take the homemade thing. I mean, more than anything.
You prefer crust. You think it adds value to the sandwich.
I think being able to put an amount of your own peanut butter and jelly trumps whatever you are able to defrost in that short amount of time. And I don't know. I know that I'm sure the ingredients are fine or not much different than what's coming in the jars in the fridge. But
I'm sure the ingredients are the exact same. So did you know? Okay, you know how we refer to all Blackberries are all handheld typing phones as Blackberries?
Yeah.
Or just where the brand is so iconic with the industry that we refer to everything as the brand. Did you know there's actually a different or another like Uncrustable brand that partnered with
Really?
the NFL?
What
So
are they?
Uncrustables are not the non-crusted sandwich of the NFL.
I thought they were.
No, so it's a brand called Jams.
No.
Yeah,
When did that happen? That had to have been
I
recent. I
believe it
swear.
happened like within the last year or so.
Oh, see, that's
Yeah,
unfortunate. I don't
they
like
are more
that.
expen. They are more expensive too. I
Oh, I
don't
hate
know if
that
the
even
ingredients are
more. I hate that
better.
even more. It's even more
Yeah,
dumb. See, I liked it when the NFL made Little Caesars their official pizza because I thought Little Caesars was more of a pizza of the people. Like it's
right.
more. Yeah, I know. I mean, who doesn't love Little Caesars? Little Caesars for $5. I mean, come on now. Like you can't beat that. I don't know if they're $5 anymore, but that's. I feel like that's cool that the NFL is like, yeah, we're gonna partner with these folks. But no,
Well,
the
I
more
mean, it's actually.
expensive
I mean,
one,
we say it's like the sandwich for the people, but like it's a popular snack for these players,
no, they love
especially
it.
if they, like during the season. It's hard for guys to keep weight on. You don't have the same like workout routine and all. Like it's different. You just don't have as much time to eat, I think. And so you think about like peanut butter sandwiches are really popular for athletes, especially in college if you're trying to like pack on a lot of weight. And so, yeah, I hear all kinds of stories of like guys are just eating 8 Uncrustables a day. I'm like, well,
Oh my
that's a lot.
god.
But like, it actually makes sense for them to actually want to partner with someone given
Hmm.
the volume that they actually consume. I don't
Yeah.
know. I just thought it was interesting. Grape versus jelly is kind of what brought it up in my mind, and I was just curious. Do you
Yeah.
like any other kinds of jams or anything? I
I
feel like you would make it. Well, I was also told there's a difference between jelly and jam too. I thought they were just
they're
interchangeable.
not the same, and I actually use
Right.
preservatives, like blueberry
Yeah.
preservative.
See, I'm learning.
See, those are good too. That's actually that's like my spread of choice or blueberry. That's at Aldi. I mean, look, I just stay at Aldi, so I mean, like
Is this for like toast?
yeah, anything. Well, no, not toast. I mean, I use it for my PB and J. So I mean,
Okay.
it's fine. Yeah, I like it. Jelly is a little more sweeter than the
Okay.
preservatives.
I
I
think
feel like
that's
it's
what I was told.
yeah, a little different consistency as well, a little more gelatinous. The jelly is, whereas the other product is a little more thicker. I don't know, and you get like chunks of the blueberries in it. I just like that more. But
Okay.
or grapes. Sorry, grape. I don't know. Have I been using blueberry? Where's it been grape? I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. It's good. Peanut butter and jelly is great. All right.
You better pay attention. It feels like every food's getting recalled.
No, I know it's really scary. I can't. I haven't had lettuce in like
I
decades.
ordered Chipotle last night, and I had to ask a friend like,
Am I gonna die?
I don't order lettuce, right? Like I should stay away from it, right? I don't know honestly. That's what's terrifying
Yeah.
because I have a friend who unfortunately got the lettuce bug, and
Really?
yeah.
Oh no.
So
Oh wow. I might need to hear more about this on the afterpod.
oh yeah, we'll go offline with that.
Oh my gosh. That might be an afterpod conversation. My goodness. Okay, so all right, so I got my extra point. So
Okay.
it's open house season, and we're gearing up for our school, and we're about to meet the kids. I'm really excited to meet the kids, and I think my favorite time of the year is open house, or at least one of the favorite times of being a teacher, because for lack of a better word, for that night, like you basically become like a rock star. I don't know how else to put it. And my ego just boop, 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 boop. It just gets so big. So all right, so like basically what ends up happening is you got all these like parents that are like, oh my gosh, we're so excited to have you, and you're just like, yeah, great, or we've heard so much about you, we've heard so many good things. And it's almost like that episode of SpongeBob where like he's like, just like telling people he's like a superstar now. He can't work at the Krusty Krab. Um, and you got all your former students running up to you because they visited your new teachers and they want to go visit you, and they're running up to you, giving you a big old hug or a high five or a fist bump or something from behind or something. And It's so interesting though because it's chaos. It is literally pure chaos. For that 2 hours, you are handling meeting new parents, gauging whether the kids are like putting on their true like character in front of you or if they're just shy. There have been
Can
so
you
many
tell?
cases. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. Like there's been a couple of years where the kid comes up and looks really nice and sweet, and then you get them and it's like, oh, this is like a year of rough times. You know, it's a little challenging. Other times you can tell immediately, like, oh, okay, this is gonna be a fun year. Um, so I have to be very analytical, but also like put on that face to the parents, like, oh, I'm so happy to meet you and stuff like that. And it's always good to meet the parents and get to build that community and the trust between the parent teacher combination. And but then you got like kids running and say, Mr. Clark from like last year, and they're just like, what's up? How was your summer? And you're trying to be like, oh yes, Mrs. New Parent number one. Yes, I'm real excited to have your kid. And meanwhile, the other kids running in from fourth grade, running in being like, Mr. Clark, what's up? Hey man, and you're trying to be like, hey dude, how you doing, man? Hey, I got this parent. So you're it's like head on a swivel season. And like you're like, you really got to be looking around. The only problem is that we go to work, we start, it's like a normal work day, and it's basically from like 7:30 a.m. and then you basically stay until 7 p.m. that night. So it's not always the most fun day. It's why we wanted to do this pod early, so I can avoid that feeling on our typical Thursday pod. Because man, it's chaos. It's 100 miles an hour. You're seeing a bunch of old kids, meeting a bunch of new kids, freaking out because you see some kids are like, what's going on with them? Like,
Well, no,
whoa,
no.
right.
I think they're testimonies. That's a good thing. You want to show off how much the kids love you.
Oh, of course.
If
No,
I'm
it's
if I'm a
great.
parent, I'm loving seeing kids' reactions to that.
Oh, it is fun. And like I said, it's like you're a rock star because like people come down to go see you, and you're just like doing the whole snap, you're bebopping and shoe bopping a little bit. Hey, I'm Mr. Clark. Like, oh, you'll love this, Tanner. Last year, I usually have like a slide, like kind of like a welcome slide, like, hey, welcome, come on in, sign in, put your stuff down, go find your seat, that type of crap. And I was playing in the background K-pop Demon Hunters, like on the TV speaker. So like the whole night was just the song Golden playing in the background, like on loop. And it was really cool. I think it set the stage well, but
That's awesome.
that's to say the year wasn't as golden as the song, but it was a good year. Things were going up, and it was my blood pressure last year. Up with my blood pressure, like that, that was a little bit of my year last year, but it was a fun year too. A lot of great kids, but man, it was a lot of fun.
Do we have any future D1 athletes?
Oh, coming through? I don't know.
'Cause you got one already. You've already produced one.
Yeah. For those who don't know,
Now I'm looking every single year.
For those who found out last year, last year I found out that my first class that I ever taught was a bunch of fifth graders. I took over for a maternity leave back in 2017, and I taught those fifth graders the whole rest of the school year from February onward. Then I got moved to third grade, and I've basically been there my whole rest of my career, except at a different school. Moving forward, I found out there was a young man named Sherrod who ended up being a highly touted prospect going to high school, and then he ended up being a Virginia Tech recruit. So he's playing at Virginia Tech. Really excited to see if he gets on the field, and it's always, I don't know, it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool to be like, oh man, like I taught him, like I know him. He's really cool. Like he's not.
You need to tune into a game. Have you heard of like their intro?
Oh, isn't it like
pregame
Enter
stuff?
Sandman?
Yeah, it's really cool. It's one of the better ones in all of college football.
Oh, it's sick. And you know what? Like I know if I stay in this game long enough, if I stay in this career long enough, someone's gonna have to be like, something.
There's $1 million.
And no, look, I'm not like they're all gonna go off and do amazing things. I love all my students, obviously. But like, every once in a while you might have a kid show up on the TV. That's a little interesting, or let's hope not for bad reasons, but
Well, I mean, literally, like for every famous person, they went to school. Like they have a third grade teacher, right? Like,
Someone. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. So
unless I guess they were homeschooled, but like, yeah, I don't know. By that point, they probably still went to elementary. Like
it's
everyone's got
really
a third
cool.
grade teacher.
Yeah, so that kid's in college, and my first group that I taught, they're going into their 11th grade year, like my first full year when they were third graders. So now they're 11th graders. So it's I'm getting old. I'm getting
Well, think
old.
about it. Your third grade teacher is now watching you on the big screen.
No, I know, right? That's crazy. No,
She
yeah,
has
I'm like,
she has a student who started a podcast, a football podcast.
I know, isn't that cool? Oh, let me tell you something before we log off. Our TikToks are making the rounds in my school community somehow.
Yes.
And I was I was with my coworker, right? And we were getting like our staff photo, okay? And and we're all getting really scrunched together. And she looks behind me, and I know this staff member. She's really great. Known her for a while. We work in the union together. And she looks behind me and she goes, "Do you have a podcast?" And I'm like, "Why, yes, I do." And she was like, "I saw your face on TikTok." She's like, "I didn't watch it, but I saw your face." I don't watch football, but I saw your face. I just scrolled past. I was like, I gotta ask John about this. I was like, oh crap! It's like getting to people. Like people are actually seeing our stuff. This is actually kind of cool. People,
All
I
it
know
takes
are
is
seeing
one, and then it just
Yeah.
snowballs.
I know, right? I'm excited. So let's talk about next week, guys. Next week it's gonna be a recap of preseason week 2. Maybe week 3 or so we'll do some roster cut down predictions. Maybe some on.
Hopefully, it's not an injury report
Oh
podcast.
my god, yeah, I'm sick and tired of those, man. This is getting ridiculous. Me and Tanner will kick back the idea of maybe doing like a roster bubble thing, but honestly, who knows if that's even going to be.
We'll make
worth
some
it at that
award
point.
predictions, MVPs.
Oh
that
yeah,
sort of thing.
yeah. We got that too. We got that on the docket. We really need to get those down, written down, just so we have something on record and on file.
We're gonna create a pigskin pick'em league and an eliminator league. So you'll see our picks and anyone else who wants to join for fun.
Yeah, that'll be fun. We'll get that posted.
Have you ever done eliminator?
I have. I suck at it. I'm always out by week 2 or 3.
I know.
I'm so bad at it. I don't hate Eliminator. I'm just so bad at it that I can't get psyched for them. I just know I'm gonna get bounced in the first 3 weeks.
It is fun though if you can get to like week 8 or so. Because you're right, there have been years where out as early as week 1.
Oh, I will say, it's not Eliminator, but I've done a league in like I think it was like a fantasy league from one of the apps like Underdog or something. And it was like a best ball league, and how they progressed was basically you're in a pool of 12 teams, okay, and you have to get the 8th highest score or higher to move on to the next week, and then they pull a bunch of other teams that also had the top 8 score from other groups, and then put them into a group of 12. And then you just keep doing that same cycle over and over again. Top 8 advance, and then they move over. So that means you're eliminating 4 teams for each of these brackets every single week. And if you get to like week 7, you win money every single week you survive. So it's actually pretty cool. So you're not really rooting for the first place. You're just trying to get by. And it's best ball, so like your roster is huge, and it takes the best score from whatever roster. So you're not setting a roster ever. It just takes the best scores from whatever player was on your roster and just kind of makes them. I got pretty far, man. I think I won like $70 that year. It was only like a $5 league, so getting 70 back is really cool. And it's really interesting to do that where you're just like, it's like the survive and advance mentality. It was really cool to do that in fantasy, but I don't know. That's all I got. I really hope I don't get poison ivy. I'm really, really hoping I know we did this pod, we talked earlier, but man, for those who don't know, I got poison ivy like 3 times this year, and I'm just like, I did some yard work today, and I'm just like, please, I really don't want it for the 3rd or 4th time.
Wear some like better gear or something. Like,
dude, I'm
wear
wearing
stuff that like doesn't
shirts.
expose skin, right?
I'm wearing long sleeve shirts. I'm wearing gloves. I'm wearing pants. I'm wearing long socks. I'm wearing everything. It just still gets me. It gets me.
But
every
like,
single
okay, so if you go to take the clothes off, but you like touch the clothes,
Yeah,
can you
that'll
still
happen.
get it?
Yep, you can still because
Okay, so like, okay, this isn't like a clothes issue then, because
yeah, it
it's
just
kind of
sits
hard
there.
not to touch your clothes.
Exactly. Yeah, it's tough. But all right, guys, we'll wrap up with this. We could talk about random crap forever, but I know we got some football to watch. You guys got some football to watch. Go Birds as always. I'm Tanner. That's John, and this has been what, Tanner?
Birds coast to coast.
Later,
Later.
guys.